In this video, I'm gonna show you guys how I turned one of my spare rooms into my dream home office. So as some of you guys know who follow me on Instagram, I have been building a house for the past year, and as of last month, it's finally done. It has been such a fun and also challenging process, and I'm gonna be posting a lot more videos about it soon. Literally before I had any other furniture in the entire rest of the house, I was fully focused on building out my office. And with this space, I basically had 3 goals. So first off, I wanted it to be an inspiring place so I can just sit down, lock in, edit, and create the videos that you see on this channel. I wanted it to be cozy and comfortable, but also super functional. Secondly, I wanted to design this space in a way that I could have multiple backdrops in the same area. So for example, if I'm shooting a drone video, I'll have the camera set up near my drone board. If I'm shooting some sort of computer tutorial, I'll have it facing my computer monitor over here, or I can also face it this way for 3 pretty distinct different backgrounds. And lastly, I just wanted somewhere to store and organize all my filmmaking stuff, because that shit really stacks up, especially when I was moving. I had no idea how much stuff I actually had, and I'm the type of person that is really liable to lose stuff, so I wanted it to be all super organized. So first off, let's talk about my desk and editing setup. So first off, I just have this little filing cabinet, and on top of it, I have a plant and then my RAID hard drive. This is where I keep literally all of my footage from the past 7 years of travel. And the only way that I'm able to keep this plant alive is because it's an easy plant. You basically water it once a month and it somehow stays alive. So if you suck at taking care of plants, check out Easy Plant. Definitely not sponsored, although I wish it was because they're kind of expensive. One other thing that I think is really cool that I set up is my Amazon Alexa, and I just connected it to all the lights. So I can just come into my office in the morning and say, Alexa, office on.
Okay.
Boom. And all the lights are on, speakers are on, monitor is on, and I'm good to go. Hooking everything up for that was actually pretty easy. I just bought some smart plugs, hooked them up to the Alexa, and then named everything. All right, so moving over here, this is my desk slash workspace area. And the biggest thing that I'm stoked about is this standing desk from FlexiSpot. I've been wanting a standing desk for years, but I honestly just kind of thought it was kind of a gimmick and it would be something that I actually wouldn't use. But recently, FlexiSpot reached out to me asking me if I wanted to test one of their standing desks, so I figured I'd do it. And I actually love this thing so much. When I'm editing and just on my computer, I get super uncomfortable when I'm sitting for long periods of time. So having the option to stand up for even just like 10 minutes at a time is super nice. This particular desk is the E7 Pro. They also sent me over this C7 chair, which has this really nice lumbar support. I definitely have the habit when I'm editing of looking like a shrimp after like an hour and a half, but I don't get that same lower back pain with this chair. God, I'm getting old. Next up, we have this LG monitor that I've had for a few years and I absolutely love. The colors are super close to the Retina screen on my MacBook Pro, so I'm able to switch between screens super easily. I got this a few years ago, and even then it was a couple years old. A lot of people spend a ridiculous amount of money on all this stuff, but this one in particular is pretty affordable. By the way, I will link everything down in the description if you guys do want to purchase any of this stuff. They are affiliate links, so if you are already gonna buy the products, if you use that link, I'll get a small kickback, and it just helps me make more videos like this. So next up are these audio engine speakers. These things are so nice for when I'm sound designing videos because they're crystal clear and they just pick up different sounds that the MacBook Pro speakers just don't even produce. And it's also just really nice to watch videos after you're done with them with really nice sound. The next thing that I want to talk about, which is actually such a game changer if you do work on an office setup like this, is this Anchor charging hub. I just love having a really neat desk, and this basically allows you to just have one single cord that comes out to your laptop, and then you can plug all your hard drives, your speakers, your SD cards, everything else into this little hub. So they're completely out of the way when you're editing. And then as you can see, right above that is this little shelf. I think this is called the FlexiSpot monitor stand. And I just like it just because it allows me to store things underneath it. And then up here, I got this neon sign specifically for vibes. I know you guys get it. All right, so now let's move on to the rest of the office. All right, so the first thing that I want to talk about, I know is going to be a big question, are these wooden slat walls. I know they're super trendy right now. They're all over the internet, but for good reason. In addition to looking super cool, because, you know, vibes. They also are sound deadening, so they have sound panels behind the wooden slats, so if you are in a studio where you're filming audio and stuff like that, they're really helpful. These ones are from Wood Veneer Hub, and if you do want to check them out, there's a link down below for 10% off. They're super easy to install and just look great kind of wherever you put them. All right, so directly behind the office desk area is this sofa that I got from IKEA. Like I said, I just want my office to be cozy, and I kind of move around a lot. I get kind of antsy when I'm in one place for too long. So I knew I wanted a cozy little nook to work from or just like come chill for a little bit as a break. This thing also doubles as a queen size bed and has this really cool little like sliding out mechanism that makes it just really easy to do. So if I have friends staying, I've got an extra place for them to crash. If you haven't noticed already, I also added these LED strips to the top of the wall. And I just got all of those components off of Amazon. It took a bit of time to hook everything up, a little bit of wiring, just putting down channels and then putting the LED strips in, but the final result I am super stoked with. My experience doing electrical work, building out camper vans, actually came in handy, which was pretty cool. All right, so let's move on to this little display shelf behind me. All right, so here is my little display shelf. I just got this thing at Target. I think it was like $100 or something, but I just kind of like the modern look to it. And I also put the LED strips onto this shelf as well. Up top, I've got some products that I'm just doing some projects with, and then a bunch of just old cameras and GoPros and stuff like that. The next shelf is where I store my ego, as my friend Sam Newton also said in his office tour. Just have some film festival awards and then my YouTube play button. And then down here, I just have my Cinelifter, some lenses, some extra drones, and some cool stuff that I've collected throughout the years. Down below that is just more drones, motorcycle helmet, underwater housing, just more storage. All right, so moving on to the final part of my office, which is actually my favorite. This is my drone wall / gear storage / little workbench area. This space initially was gonna be just a closet, but one of the perks of building your own house is you can kind of just move walls where you need them. Instead of making this walled in, I just had them not do those walls, leaving it completely open so it can just be like its own separate area. So I just went to Home Depot and got a nice big butcher block countertop, cut it, stained it, slid it in. And then I've always wanted one of these like drone pegboard walls, but I started looking into them on Amazon and they were actually really expensive, like surprisingly expensive. So I just opted to actually build my own. I think it cost me like 20 bucks in materials, so it was super easy. But I just basically bought this big pegboard from Home Depot. Then I just put a little frame on the back of it so you can stick the pegs in. Spray painted it black, put it in here, and it turned out super nice. And then I just have these little metal hooks that go in and you can hang up whatever you want. And then on top of the desk and below, I put these little organization shelves. So like I said, I can keep track of all my stuff and not lose things. Well, not lose as many things. All right, so the last few things that I do want to talk about in this is the gear that I use to film my videos. One of the things being this Amaran 200X light. I've been kind of moving it around the space just to light up this video, and I use it for all of my talking heads. What I really like about it is you can change the color temperature, you can change the intensity, and with this big soft box, it just gives your face that nice soft look. And it is bright as hell. I think this is at like 20% or something. So you can also use it for lighting outdoors or any other kind of usage you want. And then coming back over to my desk over here, I have this Ulanzi little desk mount for a camera. So basically, I can just lock this thing in. It has an F38 plate, so it's the same as all my tripods. I just mount the camera right there. And then from here, I can kind of just move it however I want. And that way I just don't need a tripod taking up space in the room. Links to everything are down in the description below, as well as links to the LUTs that I use to color grade this video and all the videos on my channel. If you have any more specific questions about my setup or anything, let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Thank you to FlexiSpot for sending out this awesome stuff that really helped make my whole office come together. I'll link their website in the description and use the code below for $50 off their E7 Pro standing desk. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.